it's working. All right, guys. Sorry I abruptly left last night. I just was tired. The spirit was telling me not really into it. So, is your house in order? So many angels and demons being released right now. Destroyers. I got some videos. They're not UFOs. The UFO invasion is here. What they call. So let's get into it. This one is so true.
Does anybody else feel like a person who wants to do a lot of things trapped in the body of a person who wants to sleep a lot? Does anybody else feel like a person who wants to do a lot of things trapped in the body of a person who wants to sleep a lot?
Folks, I'm so upset, I don't even know what to say. This is the most disgusting thing I've ever read. This 17-year-old boy from Las Vegas, Nevada, where I live, goes to Rancho High School. 2 days ago, he was unalived by a group of 15 kids. This is the photo right here. 15 kids. He's in the middle of all of that. In the middle of all of it. And you know what his big crime was, why they did this to him? A small kid was being picked on by this group, and he stuck up for him. And this is what they did to him. You were going to have several juveniles at that school charged with unalivement. Who knows how many? You got to think to yourself, folks, what is going on with our kids? They're socially awkward, okay? Everything offends them. They're violent. What has happened, folks? And I'm going to tell you, I know what happened. Discipline stopped. Discipline stopped, right? It's everybody's fault but theirs. And this is what you have. And this is what our country's turning into. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. You got to get off your political horse, high horse. Get off it. Because our kids need us. Quit listening to the damn media. Quit listening to your politicians. Vote for people that is going to stop the insanity, the violent, and the criminal activity in our country. That's who you vote for.
It ain't gonna stop. The destroyers are here. Yeah. And here it is. And these aren't the destroyers, those are angels. The destroyer.
Mira, mira, mira. Esa es una nave.
They think it's a UFO. New Jerusalem coming down again. Heaven's on fire. Look at that one.
Y'all seen this one yet? Y'all know what this is? It's a star. Now you tell me what you think that looks like, and go follow this guy, David Shane. He's got some amazing content for real.
which we will be playing momentarily, by the Canadian Aviation Weather Cam located at Cheakamus Canyon Tower. These photos are unedited, untouched, raw footage of what came from the Canadian Aviation Weather Cam. We will now begin the video of the double sunrise in time-lapse mode. Each frame is 10 minutes. The entire video happens over the course of 2 hours and 10 minutes. As you can see, it starts out looking like only one sun, but as it rises over the mountaintops, it actually splits into two completely separate suns. The second sun that you will see in the video is, at least in part, causing our red sunrises and red sunsets to occur each and every day. This is not normal. In the past, either the sunrise or the sunset was red, not both. The reason
She doesn't know.
sunrise does not appear red
It's turning red because of the destroyer. There's 3 suns. It's not turning red there, so
For those who were able to see the earlier sunrise in this area on this morning, it was
And
indeed
I'd have to tell you guys, the only channel that knows what the 2 suns are is this one, except for the odd one that we saw. And I'm very sick today, and I had a dream of death last night. Lots of death all around me. When God said very soon, He gave me that dream. It's very soon. All right. So in Canada, they're going to start giving that free money that I was talking about, $2,000. Get everybody losing their jobs, quitting their jobs. So it bankrupts the economy, giving everybody money, letting them get comfortable. They're debating that right now. So I got to finish this book off. There ain't much left to it. So that Maccabees book, when I was reading it, they pulling people's hands off, bending them backwards, and they were still praising the Lord. So we kind of got it easy, but we're attacked in different ways. Spiritually, last night I was up being attacked all night, so I had to fight all night. Let's get going. Pilate said to Yeshua, "There are many serious charges against you. You have defense against them?" When you remained silent, Pilate said, "Tell me if the Son of Elohim is kindly title. You are the King of Jerusalem." Yeshua said, "Do you ask this for yourself, or are you being influenced by the things you said about me?" Pilate answered, said, "I am Yodai, to know these things. Your people have handed you over, for according to their interpretation, you have made kindly claims. What have you done?" Yeshua said, "As an earthly king, most worthy to be called the Son of Elohim. Surely it is goodness and not kingship what counts. I am the Son of Elohim, and this title I reign claim. But I have no a kingdom, and it's not on earth. Had it been otherwise, my followers would have permitted me to be taken." Pilate said, "You are then a king of some kind." Yeshua replied, "As you say, I am a king, but I do not come to rule." We already lived and ruled for 1,000 years. Not him coming to rule, the second son, God. "I was born into the world to testify of the truth, and to the whole honor truth. Listen to my words. Pilate said, you know what the truth or what it means. One man's truth is another man's deception. Yeshua answered, said, no man can know truth, for it is not of earth, which is a place of deception. But Yahuwah knows truth, and it is with him alone. Did it say Jesus? Jesus has it. But it all come from one person, not a person, a spirit. That's always been here. Yahuwah is not Jesus Christ. This book will tell you that hundreds of times. Pilate says, did not Caesar know the truth? To which Yeshua replied, no man knows the truth. Pilate said, is the truth with you or with Caesar? Yeshua said, Caesar's heart is in fornication, not in truth. There we go. Fornicating the word. Fornicating, making it his word. Some of those Bibles call it sexual fornication. They say sexual. No. What God really cares about is truth. And fornicating God's word is adulterous on God. So Pilate said, say no more. Yeshua said, see how those who uphold truth are judged by those holding authority. Not only by those holding authority, by every single buddy around me. I don't know if it's that way for you too, but definitely for me. So then a man who was guardian at the temple testified, this man stirs up trouble in the land, so the people are ripe for revolt. And his doctrine is not contained in Galilee, but it is spreading all over Yehuda. Yehuda. It's a place. Hearing this, Pilate asked whether the man before him was a Galilean, and being told he was, Pilate said, this man should be tried before Herod. Therefore Yeshua was sent to Herod, who being in Jerusalem at the time, was residing nearby, for under the protection of the governor, Herod was pleased for the opportunity to see Yeshua and question him in length, hoping to see a miracle performed. But he was disappointed in all things. Because we don't show. That's the point I'm at. I'm not going to walk or talk about God in the end times in front of people who aren't going to listen. So the book of Maccabees said, the closer you get to the end, the quieter the truth is. Because we are quieting down because nobody wants to hear it. That's the problem. Though I testified against him before Herod, Yeshua remained silent in such a matter, for it was his duty and destiny to fulfill the prophecies in the holy books. Herod found Yeshua guilty of blasphemy and treason and returned him to Pilate, saying, he has committed treason in Yehuda. Let him be tried. I do believe that is Judah. And the Lord just gave me that. Yehuda. Judah. Yep, it is. And I didn't know that. And the Lord just gave me that. Let him be tried for that. It has not been fully proven before me, but this I know surely. If he is released, there will be a revolt, for the people are inflamed, and your army is not large. The people are more than the governments and the army put together. Every time a revolt starts happening, what happens? So what's happening now? So they want to try to stop it. Everybody's got their eyes so fixed on stupid things that they're missing it. I'm going to have a drink here. How could you miss it? This is the biggest volcano ever gone off. The one in Iceland. So when Pilate had taken his place on the judgment seat, and Yeshua was before him, he said, I am told you are just a man. Can goodness father crime? Yeshua answered, hypocritical goodness fathers many crimes. The people live in the night of ignorance. I come to lighten the darkness. That's where they're living now, in ignorance. I keep saying, I've seen someone there going, oh, showing all these wicked signs in the world. Oh, rapture hasn't coming first. I said, why don't you just wake up? Look at we're all around you and tell me that there's a rapture. And he didn't answer me back. Yeshua said, all the evil gets taken off first, by the way. Yeshua said, do with me as I will, and I will light flame which will consume the world, and darkness will be no more. That's what time we're in now. And it's happening. I don't see how you can't see what time we live in. It's going to be a short show. I got a headache, my body's aching, and I'm doing laundry. I need to rest. These things I do not understand, for the people have devious minds and make great issues over things little importance. What else have you to say? Now, in the Bible, it tells you don't sweat the small stuff, basically. We got too much to worry about than sweating every little small thing. Last night I had to fight myself with that because me and my wife we park out front, and everybody that has a parking spot in the back took our spots. So I had to park a block down the street. Well, not a block, but over down the street there. And I was just fighting just to go, don't say anything. So Yeshua replied, it came to men to manifest the love of Yahuwah. God is love. Has for them. As of one of their brothers, I have undergone the trials and tribulations of men. God doesn't go through trials and tribulations. That's at the time when he was going through trials, the spirit of Ruach HaKodesh left him so that he could get through those and not sin. Overcoming the claims of the flesh, so the Ruach within shines forth with strength. His Ruach. Okay? He didn't say Kadesh. He has his own spirit. At the time, God's spirit entered him whenever he prayed to the Father. I appointed the way whereby men may rise to greatness, for such is their destiny. On this earth, they will rise to greatness. Up there, well, what's coming down here? We ain't going up, man. Heaven's coming down. Okay? Pilate then said to the elders and some of the Levites who witnessed against Yeshua, I am not Yehudai, nor am I bound by the laws of Judaism. If a man has blasphemed against your Elohim, then let him be tried by your law. But do not mention it to me, for I only listen to the law of Rome. See, they're not going to know who the Antichrist is, because when he rises, it'll be too late. They're out there saying it's Rome, 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 papacy, Pope, Obama. One guy said it's in the Bible. No, it's not. Prince William is in the Bible. The prince of this world cometh, and he have nothing in me. He's talking about the end time. The prince of this world is Satan, and it's going to go very soon into that person. I had people turn on me for that. I can't do anything. See him. They said, do you say that man who blasphemes against the divine Caesar is not worthy of death? Pilate said such a man should die. They said he had done. Also in proclaiming himself king, he speaks against Caesar and Rome. Had he not done wrong to Caesar, we would surely have delivered him to you. Pilate said, You're a troublesome people, and tire me with these things. What would you have me to do with your king? Guys, I can't even go forward. I am so sick right now in body pain. I need to rest, and I got to do this stupid laundry, but I'm going to keep pressing forward. So then the one elder stood up and said, Many have testified concerning his offenses. We know what should be done, but the power is within you. It is not law for us to put this man to death. Therefore, deal with him as seems best in your eyes. That's Pilate washing his hands clean. They never were clean, obviously. And one of the elders, a law scribe of the council, said, This man, he has claimed before the people that he is heir to the throne of David, but he is an impostor. He blasphemes the Holy One. We all are heir to the throne. What do you think you're getting? Inheritance. Same thing. Just not yet. While we're in this tired, lazy body. The Holy One of our people by saying he is the Son. If these things inflame the people so they revolt, then Rome pays the price. He comes forth from among the poor and discerned, arousing the people, so they seek to overthrow the stability of the establishment authority. If the intentions are put into effect, we are all lost. You see, that's what's happening now. And God's allowing it. And even their people are doing it. He proclaims himself to be king and declares he will put down the temple. He blasphemes against Caesar and says he will supersede Caesar's rule. He slanders Caesar and calls him a fornicator and a liar. Under our ways, which we must uphold, he deserves to die. And if not, against Caesar, also under the law of Rome. I'm going to listen to a song. I got to take a second here, guys. I am feeling horrible today. I have to send my timesheet in too. Let's take a break here for a song. This song makes me cry, man. Now, it's warnings in it. Darkness, not my friend.
I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains.
This is coming.
The sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never shared. And no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool said you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms and I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops fell, echoed in the wells of silence. And the people bowed in the to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning, and the words that it was forming. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls, tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
I've been up since 5 or 6, just crying for the people. Just crying. They worship a neon god they made. Well, this one's standing in front of them. That I have mercy and pity on the people. Because it's not at the doorstep. It's already here. People can't see it. They're calling them aliens and UFOs. So there's that silence for about half hour that's coming. No kids in the street. Oh. I've been up crying for all the people that have gone up against me. Just wishing that God would wake them up. And telling God to please help them, not destroy them. Mercy and pity is all over my face. Sorry, guys. That's what we do. So we're going to lose a lot of people that we love. And that song really hit because there's a silence for let's go there. Silence for a half hour, KJV.
According to Bible, King James Version. And when he had opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour. And I saw the 7 angels which stood before God, and to them were given 7 trumpets.
Silence isn't anymore. It's no more. It's violent. The volcano has never been one like that in the history marked down for mankind. Ever. And the earthquakes and UE and it's being pulled apart. Like I say, it's all connected like a puzzle. Let's go into the Revelations 8. That I'm just crying over for the people. Anybody who's crossed me, I'm crying out for them today. Since 5 o'clock this morning. Sick or not, bruised and battered and beat. That's what I feel like. And when it opened the 7th seal, that's already open. There was a sound. There was silence in heaven for about the space of half an hour. It's not silent anymore. And I saw, this is back. We're getting ready for 18 to come. And yet the people are still saying, we have to be raptured first. I have pity on them. And I saw the 7 angels which stood before God, and to them were given the 7 trumpets. And another stood. That's all angels. They're all here. Been poured out. Having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar, which was before the throne. You know who that is? Us, and the ones that are there. And the smoke of the incense which came with the prayers of the saints. So them pouring out, not a CME. They've been saying that's going to happen for 3 weeks, and it never did. That's not what it is. Anybody believes in the sun is blowing up and has holes in it, you got holes up here. Your sun can't have holes in it. It's God and Jesus. God is the sun, and he was always here. And the second son is Jesus Christ. It's in your Bible 30 times. And the prayers of the saints are set it up before God and out of the angels' hands. This is what's happening. And the angel took the censer and he filled it with fire of the altar and he cast it into the earth. CME, what they call the CME, with their CGI fake sun. And Mike saying that the sun is going to transfer light to the other sun. That happened at the beginning. Quit lying. Anyways, I don't want to move on with that. And you should see the lights going on in the sky. Oh, those are UFOs. I keep telling them, wake up, people. Those are not Anunnaki. Those are demons and angels. No, those are Anunnaki. Keep listening to, what's his name? Stitchin. Anunnaki is a lie. I will not ever tell him. There's no physical bodies coming down. Those are angels. And those are demons. He got so many people sucked into their CGI baloney. But that lady I showed you with the two sons, I had to leave her channel because she doesn't even know what they are. And the second son's causing the red to be, well, it is kind of, because the destroyer follows Jesus. Because Jesus is setting destroyers free on the earth. Right now, I had a dream of death last night. Of death. Everywhere. And thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. And the seven angels which had the seven trumpets prepared themselves to sound. That started at the beginning. The last, 7 years ago, I heard a trumpet in my bedroom and it shook my whole entire building. And I said, do we have a train here? Because it sounds like a train's rubbing up against steel. My wife's like, no, that's when I first moved in here. A couple days later, the spirit told me that's a trumpet. That was the sixth one. I heard it straight out. Many people heard the seventh one. I think it was 5 nations that had it recorded. So let's keep going. The first angel sounded and there was followed hail mingled with fire. What do you think that is? Fire? Demons. With blood. And they were cast upon the earth. And the third part of the trees was burnt up. Now the Bible going back. People think that's trees. That's the evil. They're full growing, some of them. They can't go back. These people possess the giant. Possesses them. The third part of the trees was burnt up and green grass was burnt up. Physically, that happened this summer. And the second angel, see, remember, these already sounded. As it were, a great mountain burning with fire was cast in the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. That's been happening for the past 7 years. Okay? So, we're in the seals. This stuff's already... And a third part of the creatures which were in the sea had life died. That's been happening. And the third part of the ships were destroyed. You want to look at that spiritually. People in the sea, their ships were destroyed. A vessel. And the third angel sounded, this stuff already holler, and a great star from heaven burning as it were a lamp. That happened in Jeremiah. As it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. Bitter waters. The world's wormwood water. In Jeremiah, I give you wormwood and guile. People don't understand that stuff. And the name of the star, which is an angel. Any star is an angel, whether it's a good one or a bad one. This one is a bad one. And it's happening today as well as it happened back then. Nothing new under the sun. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. So can I tell you something? Only a quarter of the people that are here on earth are going to make it. Because a third part of them, there's 4 parts, 4 quarters. That many people, 3/4 of the people are not going. So have pity on them if they don't have the Lord. And many men died of the waters because they were made bitter, angry, hate everybody, hate everything. You know, I was there at one time. I was really bitter. This is spiritual. And the 4th angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars. So also the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for the third part of it, and the night likewise. The light, that water that we get from up there, didn't go to them. It was smitten. And they go to all these fake UFO stuff. They're not getting the light anymore. God did that last wake-up call to the East Indians. I listened to one preaching yesterday. It wasn't correct at all, but got to leave him alone. And the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. It's already happened. And I behold, heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth by reason of other voices of the trumpet. Other voices or trumpets. You're a trumpet, I'm a trumpet. If you're yelling it on the rooftop, isn't that usually where a trumpet comes from? Sound the alarm. From where? Underneath the earth? Hold on, I have to blow my nose. You got the mirror? Just want this back? And your what? Oh, you don't get none. You don't need it. You can go with nothing on. Just kidding. You don't have. Oh, there you do. Yes. Yeah, but I'm not rushing. You don't want those? I'm getting off soon anyway because I'm really sick today. Sorry, guys, I had to do some stuff for my wife. So a lot of people don't realize the people right here are trumpets. We're a trumpet. That's what we do. Okay. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the keys to the bottomless pit. Abaddon. You don't think he's here? Whenever you see smoke of a furnace coming up, that's what's happening in Iceland. Already happened. People aren't realizing that we're in the, when God gave me a dream and said very soon, I believe in God. I believe in God. I am not going to doubt that dream, because he gave it to me instantly when I asked for it. And he opened the bottomless pit. That already happened. And there arose smoke out of it, pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. You want to see a picture and a video of it? And the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke in the pit. That's happening. Actually, almost every night we're covered in a black cloud. It talks about that in the book of Maccabees. If people would just give a listen to what I was teaching yesterday with that book of Maccabees, talks about end times in there. It's very important. It talks about people being tortured and still not giving heed to the heathen, being bent backwards in half, hands and feet pulled off of them, dragged over rocks and sawn in half alive. And they still did not give up Elohim, darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit. That's been happening for a while, guys. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth. Not locusts, little bug locusts. Get out of here. They're trying to say helicopters. What, did that helicopter come out of the pit? These are demons. People die for a heart attack from what's coming down and up on the earth. The powers then was given the power as a scorpion, and power to the earth have power. They're in the people. That's how it's happening. Possession of people, of what they are. Some destroyers come down and take possession for a time. They don't kill them right away, because God is using those locusts. And they had teeth like men. And it was commanded to them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth. What do you think? That's grass? The baby Christians. That's what that is. What does the seed grow to? I don't care what kind of seed it is. It grows to a blade of grass, whether it be any kind of plant, any kind of fruit starts off as a blade of grass. Okay? On the earth, neither any green thing. Now he's talking about the physical. Neither any thee, but only those men which have not the seal of God up here. If you're born from God, you were sealed when you came to the earth. Sanctification from the beginning. They took over them. The demons took over these people. You can't see it? The kids. 17-year-old murdering all those people. Possessed, born of the devil. That's been happening. And to them was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was of a torment of a scorpion when he stricketh a man. They're tormented. We don't know that. Behind the scenes, we don't see them being tormented. I can guarantee you that's why bankers are jumping out windows. Why people are giving themselves to God. My friend got a final call. He's got stage cancer. You better find God. Stage 4 cancer. You could have a couple months. This is your last call. If you don't find God in between that time, I feel for him. So torment of a scorpion when he stricketh a man. Took him over. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and they shall desire to die. Now this is coming, and death shall flee from them. You can't kill yourself if you're possessed, because you don't know that you're possessed. But that also means if you're in your body, you could kill yourself. See, it's not in chronicle order. Definitely, Revelations is the furthest from being chronicle order that you could ever have. Because God doesn't want them reading it and going, oh, next step, next page. We're getting close. Next page, you see? And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared to battle. A physical body is their beast, a horse. And they're prepared to battle. They're battling. And on their heads were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. We are like a horse and rider. A star is a horse and rider. When Jesus comes back, they're not riding horses. They are the horse and rider, the two ring within a ring. And they had hair as the hair of a woman, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. And they had breastplates as the breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. So we're not hearing them yet, but if I imagine if you, I think the one has some sound in it. I don't know. Wow. So I don't know everything, so I'm going to keep that one. It's I've been crying since 5 in the morning and sick because of the darkness, puking again. All right, so we have to finish some more of this book. Revelation 18 is going to happen. So Pilate said to Yeshua, the balance is weighed against you. Have you anything to say? Then Yeshua replied, Pilate asked him, where you really come from? But Yeshua restrained silent. Then Pilate then said, how have you nothing to say to me? Who have you the power to condemn or release you? What shall I do with one such as you? Yeshua said, the power of Rome rests in your hands. but it gives you power over nothing except the body. Don't be afraid for what men. Don't be afraid for death, for death is life. For death here on this earth is life. So do that which as you will. It is not you, but those distorting your face of truth who are to blame. Who's that? Whatever possessed him. Men have been possessed with evil for a long time. All the way back. Adam and Eve didn't get possessed, but darn close. You can't possess God's children. You can oppress them, but you cannot possess. Pilate said, if I deal with you in one way, the people will say the authority of Rome supports your teaching, and it is against the things you declare. That will you say to claim the kingship upheld to may even say you are preferred to Caesar. If you do this, I will certainly be called to the account, for I am not the hand of Caesar, who you blaspheme and decay. Yeshua said, I call a man of the kingdom which is not yet of earth. The earth is not, there's nothing on here that is of God right now. The whole world lies in the hands of the wicked one. That's why they have them worried about Israelites. And I still hear people say, the dark people say, we're the Israelites. You know what it says in the Bible about that? I tried them and found them to be liars. The people who call themselves Israelite, God tried them and found them to be liars, KJV. Oh, that's good. There's a few. Okay, let's go with this one. Unto the angel of the church of Ephesus write these things, that he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, Jesus Christ, who walked in the midst of the 7 golden sticks. I know thy works, and I know thy labor and thy patience, and thou how canst bear them which are evil. And thou hast tried them which say they are apostles, and are not, and hast found them liars. People out there with the name apostle on there, did you touch Jesus Christ? You're not going to heaven for that. Because you're a liar. And do liars go into heaven? No. And the women teaching, Pastor Cindy, you're not a pastor. You weren't ordained. God said no. And has borne and have the patience for my name's sake, has labored and has not fainted. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love, Jesus Christ. Remember, therefore, or actually, God is the first one who loved us. Remember, therefore, from whence art fallen, and repent. You're not fallen. You came down to save them. And to do the first works, that's Jesus. Or else I will come unto them quickly and remove the candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. But this thou hast, that thou hatest the deeds of the Nicolaitans. Nike, still here today. Nickelodeon, cartoon for kids. God hated evil people, and he had to have them here. I gotta go, guys. I'm like ready to get sick here, man. I'll be back on today. Sorry I have to escape again quickly. I love you guys, and I'll be back on again today. Just keep in prayer. God bless you, and God is keeping you.